right. You made it. You made it.
Last session, you had very little direction from the director. What was that like for you?
I didn't know anybody coming in here or what exactly we were going to be doing, and I just showed up and did it.
Knew she was a part of the circus, and I had little tidbits about who OB is, right? But and I know that I'm probably the only person interacting with the audience.
I didn't know what I was going to be doing, so I hadn't really focused on anything at all. Really. And I was told I was going to do the recording of Pucacello.
Last session, there was very little direction from the director. How would you feel about that if you were in that situation?
It might be kind of interesting. I mean, it might be kind of cool because we could play around with the chemistry of the characters.
I'm a little bit dyslexic, so
We all are.
yeah. So like yeah. So I was terrified of messing up, and not or letting people down.
Yeah.
Which I'm very hard on myself all the time. So yeah, I was trying not to be and trying to just see what happened.
Kenny was great.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought the whole first reading was surprising.
Yeah, it
Interesting.
was really smooth especially for a group that just came together one afternoon for like 30 minutes of rehearsal.
Yeah.
When everyone started going through it, the play came to life to me, and I was like, oh, I see it. And
Yeah.
so that kind of helped build a little confidence in me.
Yeah.
Going into it with no direction. So,
Yeah, I could feel it like as the reading went on that you were getting excited about what was going on. In
It was
the
so
story.
exciting, yeah.
I gotta say I cheated because I had conversations with her over the phone before I came over, and she basically told me that he was a female, that he was somebody that was new, and that she had moments of being kind of scared, and moments that she wanted to be really powerful.
She gave me one word, and that was how I had to wrap my whole character around. She's just like hysterical. And I'm like, but there's so many variations of hysteria. Like, where is it? And she's like, oh, you'll get it.
I'm awake. I'm awake. Quick, start the collection. For God's sake, start the collection.
Right away it was freeing, where I thought, oh, we can kind of play around, do whatever we want. But at the same time, I was still thinking, like, how come she's not coming out?
Yeah.
She's still in the control room. I guess we're not screwing up or making any mistakes because she hasn't come out and stopped us.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I was thinking, well, we must have gotten this right and nailed it.
You two seem to have like a spontaneous chemistry.
We were rehearsing while you guys were in there doing scene one.
So we had some
We were
practice.
I can't give you that much credit then. No, but it came off. That's no little thing to rehearse for 20 minutes and come in. In the reading that we did last week, you had a really strong chemistry. We talked a little bit about this outside with Shannon as Croquette and you as Crockett. What do you attribute it to?
Well, we both studied the script together, side by side, and so what do you think this means, and what do you think they're feeling here, and what is the point of this?
I liked how he had prepared and he knew all of the hand gestures and he was really excited about doing them, whereas when I read it through, I'm like, oh, forget about the hand gestures, I just want to get the words down. But no, he wanted to do the hand gestures, and so it was fun.
Well, we just kind of created what the characters would be from our own interpretation. Not hearing direction, we kind of assumed this would be like Tweedledee and Tweedledum from the Alice in Wonderland stories.
Yeah, I could see you make that analogy. Just kind of spontaneously just work for you in that
Yeah,
way.
it did. I mean, if they said you have to know your part and be off book, well then That's when the pressure comes in.
And she gave me this special gun.
Oh my goodness.
I like it a lot.
So, yeah, I can see you like it by where you put the
I
Oh my God.
Be careful, some guns like
Habits
that.
are hard to break. What can I say?
You play croquet. How do you feel like you're going to do it differently from this more spontaneous version that you did the first time?
Well, I spent more time looking at the words, and I noticed that she says she has a lot of sentences that begin with the word or. And so I want to emphasize that. Or times variation. Or out. So, and then there's another where there's a whole bunch of whys. Why this and why that. So I thought, and I didn't notice that the first go round. So I think I can put more flair to her character now that I've studied it.
I definitely do more physical actions, and because I feel like I definitely was more worried about getting every word out.
Yeah.
If I had more time to prepare, I think it would have been great, and I could have actually brought something instead of trying to find the character while I was reading.
I know the story. I know what happened. I know what's going on. I know Reselda is like, oh my goodness, am I in my dream? Am I in Cello's dream? What's going on? But I know. So I'm going to try and bring that a little bit more.
Is it an ironic kind of a thing, this knowing, even though people don't know?
I can't think about the irony because then I won't be able to present to the audience that I know.
Right.
So right now that I don't know, the irony is there and I really want to know. I'm like, please. But, you know, I'm gonna pretend that I do.
Her character is the way that she is played kind of straight. I felt like she's in a dream, but the dream nature is all around her.
The middle of nowhere, a once fertile horse pasture reduced to dirt and horseflies. A circus trailer, scrolled on it, Dreamer. In the distance, a forest. For indeterminacy, the lighting sets the mood, now and then. From the sky hangs a circus ribbon, dressed in a tutu, and wearing a headset with a microphone. At a crossroads,
This dead pasture has Pugacello's name all over it. I've seen him trick others into settling for chance, but I say, this act of abandoning me to enslave me isn't even old hat enough. I know that fake coyote is the one who stole the bow to my violin. Call Pugacello.
You have reached the private voicemail of Pugacello. No need to leave a message. If you would like to book the oldest show in your town, I'll find you.
Up yours, Pugacello. I say may the bees find the inside of your tiny balls. May love spring leaks in the puny veins of your tongue. May you slip on your own sperm, your kidneys court your anus, your farts marry your saliva. Listen, boss man, you'll pay for this abandonment.
Shh! Hear that, Sheriff? People are talking.
Reselda, at hearing the voices, hurries up her circus ribbon to safety. The sheriff tugs or pushes a large painted cutout of a group of lookalikes from the town.
There it sits, Sheriff. Same place as yesterday.
Did I hear somebody say that they heard violin music coming from in there? Second time they say this.
I did, Sheriff. On my way home in the pitch dark last night. Didn't dare stop.
Is there anybody in there?
Oh, I wouldn't go in there if I were you. Can't promise you'll come out the same person. That's where I dream.
Sheriff, up there, a girl in a tutu. Ask her why there ain't no tire tracks.
Did you fall from the sky with this thing inside this thing?
Well, that's what I'd like to know, Sheriff. Pleased to meet you. I'm Reselda with the oldest show circus. I'm a traveling dreamer. So maybe I'm dreaming. Or you're dreaming.
We all dream the same around here. Just like any decent person does in any other town.
It may be that third-rate Houdini Pugacello's dream. Though I warn you, he spends most of his time swatting away truths to make room for his lies.
That Houdini imposter. Is he inside this trailer or is he hiding somewhere else around here?
Only thing inside are my dream stuff and all my still to dream places, Sheriff. My trailer and I are one.
Either way, you're trespassing. You better come down from there. I don't like straining my neck.
Can't, Sheriff. Gotta keep a lookout for my troop.
Ask her why not one lock is disturbed.
Everybody's always trespassing on someone's past and dreams, Sheriff.
You come down from there.
What is this, a lost western? I wouldn't even be here if my phone could call a tow truck. Or my mother. Where are we, anyway? I've been up and down those roads, north, south, east, and west, and I couldn't find a town, car, or person.
Are you sure they didn't leave you behind because you're some kind of bad act or troublemaker, huh?
Does this look like an act to leave behind, Sheriff? Or this? Or this?
Talk a little bit about what drew you toward this project.
I was at work, okay? So to set up the scene, I was at work. I was working on a panel. And
What do you do?
I'm a control systems technician with the water treatment facility.
Oh.
So I was looking at
Interesting timing.
dropped communications. Yeah, and I was just sitting there like, and trying to troubleshoot a modem, and then I get this call and I listen to the voicemail like, really? So I asked her to send me the script, and I looked at the script and I was like, okay, I like the character. It looks like an interesting script. It looks like a fun part to play, so.
We were having a conversation before about being in your first play in the 8th grade. What happened before that, though, that would make you kind of permeable, so to speak, to wanting to be an actor?
In middle school, I was so shy. I had like 3 close friends, and I don't know. I think I really wanted to have a place to have a voice. It was a nice kind of shield to hide behind.
Yeah.
And it allowed me to feel anonymous, which is kind of comforting.
Well, I grew up in Pasadena, which is obviously east of LA.
I know it.
Yes, and kids that I went to school with were in commercials and did a lot of acting. So my first acting class I was in grade school. As extroverted as I think people think I am, I'm quite introverted too. I like to keep to myself. I'm a little shy.
Yeah.
And so that was like a neat way to kind of loosen up a little bit. I think a lot of maybe performance type stuff came from karaoke, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love karaoke.
So it got you to get up there and get in front of an audience.
Comfortable.
And work it.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been in theater since I was about 4 years old.
4?
Yeah.
Did your parents want you to be one of these?
No, definitely not. They were like, do whatever you want. And I was like, oh, I love theater and dance. And then I did all the school plays, and that's pretty much how I got into theater. But I was mostly doing dance all my life. That was my main.
Ballet?
Yeah,
or
ballet.
Jazz
modern,
too?
jazz,
Great.
contemporary. Yeah, so I did that for 14 years. That was like my main
You
focus.
stopped?
I did.
And went to acting?
No, yes, I stopped.
Focus?
Went to acting when I moved out here. Got my AA at Cabrillo, and then changed to marine bio.
Well, I started, my first play was in 1993, and actually it filled a void because I had just quit drinking, and that came in and it really filled the void, and I was hooked from my very first play. And
So that's what drew you to acting? Was there any particular experience?
It was actually someone at AA told me about they were looking for someone to fill a part. So I just went to check it out, and I was playing Jim in Huckleberry Finn story.
Wow.
No Hiding Place down here with SoCal Creek Community Theater.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great experience. I still feel like it was Well, I don't know if it's the best play, but the most fun play I've been in.
What a great opportunity. I mean, to be in something by Twain. I mean, it's such a tremendous classic of literature, you know.
Yes.
Theater chose me, I think, because what happened was I was a social worker. I got extremely sick. I had to quit my job, and I felt very useless at home. And one day I just enrolled. I was walking by Actors Theater, and I walked in Actors Theater over here in Cedar Street, and they were doing some readings, and I was in the audience, and the lady needed a man to read a part. And I speak Spanish, so and coincidentally I also sing, so the part required that. So when I finished, the woman that I was reading for said, well, you're really good, you know, and I said, yeah, I never done this before. And she said, well, why don't you go to Cabrillo? So I started going to Cabrillo, and I started taking classes in Cabrillo. And I opened Crocker's Theater with The Grapes of Wrath. I loved being in that.
How lucky to be in something so well written.
I was the angry vagina at the Vagina Monologues, and so good. It's natural for that, you know.
For the last 10 years, I've been doing a lot of technical theater. I do sound design, lighting design, do a lot of lighting op. I run a light board, program light cues. A lot of backstage stuff. I've been wanting for years to get on the other side, but it's been kind of difficult because I tend to be shy in my default mode, so it was kind of hard to even get myself to come here.
I'm up! I came as soon as I could. I heard you caught an apparition.
Oh, stop sprinkling that water on me. You'll ruin my tutu. It's made of exotic silk.
How about if we make her walk the telephone wire for us, Sheriff?
We'll get to that. You tell us how you got here, and start from the beginning.
Which beginning, Sheriff? Anyway, it won't matter. Everything's always a misunderstanding when it gets this far.
Pause! Silence! The winds, I feel them. They're not far behind us. Let us pray!
You dreaming up some kind of parable?
Make her do Hepburn, Sheriff. Make her do Hepburn doing Hepburn. Make her do it as if Hepburn is dreaming of being on the telephone wire. We'll test her that way.
My mother, she's the great Vienna. She can woo any wire into becoming a whole street and not lose herself. She'll prove we're no fakes. She can do Hepburn better than Hepburn.
Someone get the gasoline. Let's burn that trailer.
I'm afraid this demon in the shape of a young girl is beyond redemption. Burn her in her trailer or the curse she brings will ruin us.
You come down from there. Lie on the ground and put your hands behind your back while I confer with our good cleric and townspeople here.
There, Sheriff. She's escaping. She's already over the fence.
I'm awake! Quick, start the collection! For somebody's sake, start the collection! Let us pray! O Savior, preventer, and more strangers from falling from the sky sent by the bad winds. Save us from our trespasses, idiocies, short memories, slips and slides of the tongue that bring foreign dreamers here to dream dreams that aren't our own. We promise you another billboard in your name, this time with 64-karat gold lettering.
If the trailer means that much to her as she says it does, she'll be back to try to get it out of here. We'll keep it as bait.
I swear on my left buttock, I'm back where I started. But this boulder was once over there, next to that tree. Or there. Oh, no, there. Or maybe there. Oh, wait a minute. This feels like another one of Bucacello's tricks. I'm recording now. If I'm dreaming, none of this will be on the recording when I wake up.
You know, if we came north, or maybe east, then yes, indeed, that must be south or west.
Or times variation.
Or no variation at all, a mirage of variation.
Who are you?
You should have tried another path. That's the best way to escape where you're going.
Well, everyone knows to dig a hole and then run away from it.
Or out. We're Croquette.
And Crockett from Monastery C.
I told you she'd be at this very spot.
I actually think I'm going in circles.
Stop, you hear that?
The luck and the winds must be headed our way.
You know, we could end up missing yesterday. Waste no time.
Listen, I seem to be lost.
Well, someone is. We're not. And that's about as safe as we can get. And yet, being safe or found turns out to be overrated.
Sounds to me like you're running from your luck.
Or the nail.
This wouldn't by chance be a mystery.
A mystery?
We're in a mystery?
Are you sure?
Oh, it was a question.
Well,
I believe you owe me a ticket.
no.
What kind of forest is this?
You're not going to give us one of your old dreams, are you?
The debate. Do you think we have all day for the chit-chat?
Of course. Give us a dilemma.
As in?
Guilty or innocent?
Of what?
Well, what difference does that make?
Quick, without a thought to think. Think of your regrets.
I know one thing. Awake or asleep, if I were rich, I could call for a helicopter, fly right over to that horse pasture and lift my trailer.
Do you have a dream for us or not? I mean, otherwise, what are you doing here on our clock?
Well, what kind of dream are you looking for? Though I warn you, I'm not a dream peddler.
Which one got us here, the luck or the nail? Or which one didn't?
Luck versus the nail.
Well, do you hear us questioning your motives?
Not directly.
Stop, you hear that?
Invisible invisibility. You'll get used to it.
You can count on that. And taste it. Dilemma. She abandoned her trailer.
Or it abandoned her.
I had to escape from a bunch of lookalikes who were going to burn my trailer and me with it. As if their entire past is bottled up inside, waiting to come spewing out as waste. I can tell you right now, they call that dreaming.
Well, it can't be neither. I mean, you're here and it isn't. So which one is it,
I win.
Oh.
My mother warned me of the dangers of dreaming around those types.
Are you running or standing still? Beggar or helper? Fess up if you ever want to see your trailer again.
A forest. I'm walking with someone, a stranger. Wait a minute. No, not a stranger. You see, all the details of my dreams are in my trailer.
She was in a forest.
A forest indeed. Did we ask you for a dream?
Are you listening to yourselves?
Are we?
Are we? Indeed. Oh, yes,
indeed.
Wait.
Hear that?
Listen. Luck.
The nail. The nail.
Luck on my coin by any other name.
I can flip a coin and break the tie.
A tie? Who said anything about a tie?
So which is it, nail or luck?
I think as a teenager, when I was acting, when I first started, got the passion, I just didn't like myself and I wanted to be somebody else.
Get you.
But as time went on and I matured and then I was involved in some more theater in my 20s, I told that story to this one other actor and he said, no, you don't become somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
The character becomes you.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, oh, it was a total flip of how my perception of it, and I thought that was.
I had my first lead role. I was 9 years old.
What did you play?
Lead boy. I don't know what his name was. With this other girl, and we did duets. And it was
Singing?
for A Miracle Happened at Christmas is the name of the play.
Oh, yeah.
And so it was a lot of. It was musical. It had a lot of singing in it. I was always the class clown, and
Me too.
so I did practical jokes, or I would do magic tricks for other kids in school. Or
Did you study magic at all?
I did. Yeah. In fact, I have been a professional magician. I've done my own stage performances.
Wow.
I've performed for elementary schools and for senior homes, for summer camps.
That's great.
And of course, private homes.
Wells was a magician too, and he prided himself on being a magician. Orson Welles,
right?
He even did it. I think he even did it in World War II for the. Don't make him that old. World War II for the troops and things like that.
Right.
Actually, had a stand in Vegas. They wanted him to come back and do the magic show. He said no one time.
I thought since you're here, you might know the path out of here. I've tried every one. and even walk through patches of blackberries and through streams.
Well, just how ambitious are you?
Ambitious for what? I'm just trying to save my trailer.
Let me put it another way. Do you feel the need to win?
Look behind you.
My trailer? Well,
The mastery's in the details, the finest craftsmanship, incredible hands, the best.
Full accommodations. Everything as you left it, except for the fly on the window, which happened on the outside when you were outside and not on the inside when you were on the inside. Make sure you thank them.
who?
Why, them, of course. All the instructions you need are right here on this piece of paper on what to dream. Write everything down just as it happened. When you are finished, leave your report outside the trailer. Someone will knock 3 times and pick it up.
Oh, wait a minute, you're going too fast.
Either you want your trailer back or you don't.
I am a dreamer, but probably not the kind you want.
How many kinds are there?
My mother says, never bother beating a rug if the dust is wrong for you.
Indeed, I'll translate that to 12 kinds of dreamers.
I didn't say that.
But you will try to dream for us, won't you?
I can't dream on call. It's not in my nature. Though I've heard of dreamers who can.
Your nature. Your nature? Every action and retreat from action is our human nature.
We either wake it up or put it to sleep.
Less than 48 hours, Croquette. Less than 48 hours and then to the moon.
Stunning, isn't it? A perfect replica.
Did you say replica?
Why, Reselda, no one can get a trailer through the forest. There isn't a path wide enough.
Well, haven't you been listening? See, the clock is running. Listen. Shh, never mind, listen.
There must be a way for me to know I'm dreaming.
The point, Croquette, the point.
We're as desperate as you are.
No, not that point. Listen, bottom line. Want your trailer back or don't you?
Where is that fake coyote? Maybe under your robes? But I know one thing, I'm no duplicate dreamer.
Original, replica, who cares if it's a replica?
You see, no need for fear. It's yours either way.
If you think that they don't both decay in exactly the same way, you're being naive. No wonder you lost your trailer. You're either with us or you're against us, so make up your mind. Wait, you hear that explosion? See, too much civilizing going on these days. Too much is bad for the digestion. Oh, I can't think.
I know one thing. Dream against your nature and you'll wake up with a different fate. Every dreamer knows that.
There's the bells. There's the bells.
Be careful not to wander off, Reselda. You may never find you again.
If I'm having a dream, all I need to do is wake up. One always wakes up from a dream. No dream goes on forever.